just going to pause it a second because there was a guy complaining in one of the videos saying that the developers of this game are cowards because they won't show the Confederate flag. I'm assuming he meant the battle ensign. I said, well, actually, they will show. They do show it, and they will show it, and there it is, right there on screen. Not only is it here, but you can also have the Confederate national flag, or whatever you want to call it, their kind of country flag, because this obviously is the battle ensign that some of the regiments carried in the battle, which a lot of people think is the Confederate flag, which, fair enough. But there it is, mate, right there. So you're complaining and whinging about that you weren't going to buy this game, as if, like, welcome back, or welcome for the very first time to Worms and Warriors. We're in the depth of winter here, and we're heading into episode 12 of this playthrough. We are playing Grand Tactician The Civil War, of course, and this is our Confederate campaign. In the last episode, we reorganised our armies into the core system. If you missed that, why not head straight back there and check it out? As we get started here, I will do a very, very quick overview of the armies, and then we'll get going with the episode proper. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button? That would be awesome. If you're not new here, or if you are new here, why not hit the like button? That really helps out small channels like this. It'd be awesome if you did so. It'd take 1 second of your time, and I would appreciate it 1,000%. Anyway, so that would be awesome if you go ahead and press like. If you know any like-minded people who enjoy this sort of content, or this game, or the Civil War in general, why not share the video with those people as well? Anyway, that's enough now. Let's get going with the episode. So we've organised ourselves into 3 departments. Well, 4. I guess 4. So we've got the Trans-Mississippi Department, which is... Let's just find that. Right over here. Beauregard is in charge of that department. This consists of the 1st Mississippi Corps under Van Dorn and the Trans-Mississippi Reserve Corps under Pemberton. We've got the Department of Tennessee and Kentucky under Albert Sidney Johnston. We've got the Reserve Corps under Chalmers. We've got the Army of Kentucky. I've kept it called the Army of Kentucky, even though it is a corps, but I like that. So it's the Army of Kentucky under Joseph E. Johnson. And the Army of Upper Mississippi, which is under Patrick Cleburne, situated at St. Louis. So they are spread out quite a bit. And we've got this Army of the Mississippi down here, which is a bit of a thorn in our side. So we'll have to have a look at that. In the east, we have 2 departments. This is why I said like 3 or 4, because really, we've got the main force up here, which is the Army of Northern Virginia with its 3 corps. So let's just get that found on the list here. There we are, under Lee. Then we've got the 2 main corps. We've got the we've got the 2nd Corps under Jackson, the 1st Corps under Longstreet, and over here, out in Western Virginia, we've got the 3rd Corps under Magruder, a little smaller at 9,500. The others are around 20 to 25,000. Then we've got the Department of Richmond, which is down at Norfolk at the moment, but they are... Well, it is down here. They are coming around towards Richmond. It just formed over here for some reason. So that has the 2nd Reserve Corps and the 1st Reserve Corps. So just 2 small forces, sort of just keeping an eye on things around Washington. And that's the overview of that. So in the last episode, we took St. Louis. Or was that maybe the one before? I don't recall. But we've taken St. Louis anyway. We are kind of in the process of herding the Union out of Missouri if we can. So the idea is now to winter, basically, because it is the 2nd of December. Hopefully there won't be any action for a while. It gives us a chance to reorganise our forces, and if we move into our policies, we are 14 days away from the Conscription Act, which is going to get us some more troops. So I'm kind of hoping that there won't be any action in the first couple of weeks of this video. So don't worry though, obviously I'm not going to just show like half an hour's worth of nothing happening. I will just cut back in when we are up to something where something's going on. So let's have a quick look at the overview just before we do that. Our national morale is 100. The Union is on 55, so they are struggling. National support is 89, there's 84. Not a huge amount of difference there. Morale of army, 65 for them, 87 for us, so that's a substantial difference. However, their numbers are now starting to show 163,700 in the field, as opposed to our 120,800. So that's now a difference of 40,000 plus, which is, that's an extra army. Navy tonnage, military experience, 23 to 20. We've won 11 battles, they've won 4. They've lost 40,000 men, we've lost 25,000. So not quite 2 to 1, but, 25,000 casualties for us is probably worse than 40,000 for them. European relations on 20, no chance of that happening. Trade warfare, Yeah, I mean, we are obviously on 218, they're on 32. I'm not entirely sure what this means exactly. Shows the accumulated and estimated costs of the war on trade. So does that mean it's cost us 218 or we've inflicted 218 millions worth on them? I'm not sure. Economy, 13.8 for us, 14 for them. Again, I don't really know what the numbers mean exactly. Let's just have a look. This factor represents the economic strength derived from company profitability. All right, so we're almost the same. Pretty close to the Union, actually, in everything. Domestic trade, ours is 326 million, there's 409. Corporate profit, ours is higher at 81 million. Private income, 2 billion for them versus 1.3 billion for us. Not really sure. Credibility, I guess that's the credit rating. There's 47, ours is 53. Both aren't great, to be honest. But let's get started here. Oh, before we do, I built a third actual prison camp, and I built that next to Andersonville. So that's going to be coming out of the funds. So I guess we'll be doing bonds again. But our prison camp in Alabama, or wherever the heck it is full. The one in Texas here is filling up, so we do need another one. So I thought we'd build another one. So it's winter time, and I'm going to press play here. The episode's going to start now. We're going to get going. It is the 2nd of December, 1861. We're heading into 1862. Let's get started here. I'm kind of toying with the idea of striking the West Virginia militia, just because, I mean, I don't like them there. It'd be nice to have a battle episode, actually. Not that fighting in the middle of winter is probably a good idea, but, you know. Ooh. I didn't think the other corps were going to join that fight, so no, I'm not doing that. We're not fighting that kind of numbers in the middle of winter. We don't need that. And yet... I just don't understand this kind of garbage. So... I'm just going to let the AI work this out, because I don't even know what the heck's going on, to be honest. Officer rehabilitated. Jubile early, okay. Funding 1 enacted for the Union. That should help their finances quite a bit. Pemberton is on the march towards Rolla, but I mean, the terrain's horrendous. Van Dorn's corps having to restore readiness because they fought a big battle over here, or a series of big battles, actually 2 or 3. I don't really understand. I don't understand why these have gone into this combat when I withdrew from combat, but it's pretty annoying. Okay, our conscription policy has come through. Excellent. Some good news. We've got some projects we can assign as well. So I'm liking the look of cavalry reform, so we can have the larger cavalry brigades, because at the moment we can only have little tiny cavalry brigades. Let's go ahead and do the cavalry reform, so we can then have larger cavalry brigades, because like those little tiny regiments are not really the best. Right. Conscription has come through here. Trans-Pacific. Okay, so we're preparing a siege over there at Rolla as well. So what I want to do here... I'm going to have a quick look at our manpower. First, actually, let's work on the Tariff Act. 21 days for that. But yeah, I want to look at our recruiting power. See what that's done. Just have a look. So we've got 32,000 volunteers and 275,000 draftees available. Now, if you recruit units from draftees, as in conscripted men, that will pull down state support for those states where you're pulling them from. So what I actually want to do is just bring these in as replacements rather than as the drafts themselves, as the units themselves. So if we look at this, reinforced by volunteers and draftees. So if I just want to reinforce with draftees, I think that means now, yeah, that all of these are going to be reinforced with draftees only. And I'm pretty sure that that means that that doesn't hit state support. It just means that the new troops coming in are drafts rather than volunteers. I mean, I could be completely wrong with that, but I don't think so. If you know for a fact, then why not pop it in the comments? But I'm going to do this for all the armies and have draftees come in as our replacements. That way new units will be volunteers and the rest will be draftees. So we do have an army on the march coming down towards Cairo. Probably not a lot we can do about that. In fact, they are already taking Cairo, so there must be 2 forces there. So what we can do now is we can recruit some more troops. So yeah, cavalry brigade, 2,500 men. We can have much larger forces here, which makes these more viable. So I'm going to do a 1,250 man brigade from Georgia. They're going to be 27 days. Not Alan. I've had to take him out because he's defamed at the moment. I know he's a viewer requested dude, but I can't have defamed guys in charge. And we need to bulk up this reserve corps, basically. I'm going to put an extra infantry division into the reserve corps. Although it's difficult to see where any troops are going to come from for new units. It's not exactly a whole heap to choose from. So a fair chunk of our troops here coming from Georgia, which means they're going to be probably a while to come in. 23 days, 22 days, not too bad actually. Tennessee, Georgia, you know, that kind of area. Kentucky, Tennessee. Let's put an extra gun battery in here as well. Let's bring them from Alabama. $23 days, so 3 weeks or so, and Gladden's division will be ready in Chalmers' forces, taking them to 10,000 men. It's a bit more viable to have them here at this point. The problem is that now, whoever's taken this is going to link up with the Army of Indiana, and they're also going to then link up with the Army of the Mississippi. However, it does leave us a little bit open here for Joe Johnston's 8,200 men to push north towards Indianapolis, perhaps, or Covington. In fact, we could maybe send him to Covington, just see what happens there. Hopefully, we won't stumble into too many Union troops up there. Yeah, that's bonds issued. Medal of Honor. Not sure if that makes any difference in terms of anything much. Glorious victory at Front Royal Bridge. So that was in the east here, the West Virginia, the militia fight, which was a bit bungled up. Okay. The Battle of Front Royal Bridge has ended with the West Virginia militia retreating in panic. This was a bit of a... I mean, it was a bit annoying. 600 men lost. We captured 300 rifles. I mean, I'm sure it would have gone different if I'd taken the field, but it was a bit of an odd one. Let's pull up. They've taken that depot. Every time you move away from here, the depot flips control. It's absolutely annoying as hell. So we are taking Covington over here. Nice. Be interesting to see if we can take Fort Griffin. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Just going to pause it for a second. We'll have a quick look at this army because I think we're going to be facing a fight over here. The Army of the Tennessee is also up here. I mean, it's just tiny at the minute, but still, let's have a quick look at Cleburne's men. See if we can get any different weapons into these guys, but I doubt it. The artillery's looking okay. 12-pound howitzers. Wonder if we can change them for something. Not really. 24-pound howitzers, but Mixed muskets for Robertson. Have we got anything else? Yes, we have. We've got some Mississippi rifles. Ooh, mixed muskets for these as well. Pretty poorly armed force, actually, so... see what the Army of Indiana's got for us. Okay. So the Army of Upper Mississippi of the Department of Tennessee and Kentucky is in contact with the Army of Indiana. 9,786 infantry, 453 cavalry, and 6 guns under Hatch. I've never heard of him. We've got Cleburne with 15,400 infantry, 727 cavalry, and 22 guns. Let's take it to the fight. Fighting on December the 23rd, so a couple of days before Christmas. Okay, so a defensive position for us. Perfect. Battle of St. Louis. The Union is arriving from Woodyard, up here. Okay, so presumably they will attempt to cross over here. We'll set up a defensive perimeter and we will hold Stone Rook. Ooh, look at the weather. It's 1 in the morning. Why are we fighting in the middle of the night? I've never done that on this game. Okay. We've got Forest Cavalry, 725 men, so not much in the way of cavalry. We will use this little farmstead as a natural defensive point. And possibly some little defences here and over here. We'll let them cross the road and we'll take them on. Actually, we've only got 4 construction points, so not really very much. All right, then. So we are set up here in a defensive position. We'll see what the Union has for us, see which way they want to come, see what they want to do, how they want to fight us. So Stone Rook's got a little fence here that we can use for getting behind anyway if we need to. I'm constructing a little bit of defences here in case they come around this way. We've got the artillery kind of spread in an arc. We're making defences over here. We've got Hardy's division on our left, which can redeploy if we need to, of course. McCullough's division, those 2 brigades, can, of course, also swing around wherever we need them in case the Union wants to come across here and try and swing around our right. We've got Forrest as well. Let's just put him here on the objective, then he can move around and see what's going on. Let's get started. We'll get some construction going. Just going to disperse our cavalry out a little bit, have a look at what's going on. It's 3 in the morning. I'm not sure if they can actually cross here. Doesn't look like you can. We see some dust kicked up from the marching federal troops. Haven't sighted anybody yet, but I would be surprised if we had. So it looks like you can cross here. Don't particularly want our Bayou bushwhackers to face whole brigades of infantry, so we will pull them back. Let's reposition Cheatham over here. I've got a feeling they're going to try and come around this way. Still leaves 2 brigades on our left flank, which is fine. Well, I think it's fine. We'll find out, I suppose. Got skirmishers heading out for some harassment purposes. Repositioning our guys over here. Make sure we can take them on if they want to come and test our flank. It looks like they are going to try and swing around onto the flank. I thought they might. Usually the AI does that when you've got defences set up. Three brigades, plus more coming. That must be their whole force, I think, because they had, what, 10,000 men or so? I don't think we'll need Scurry over here. I mean, we've got Kershaw's cavalry still keeping an eye on things. I'm going to move Scurry over towards this side of the action. Since they're going to have, what they got there, 4 brigades. There's their cavalry. That must be their whole force. They are redeploying. Where they're going. Yeah, so they're going to just march around. See if we can't change their mind about that. Grimwolf men getting torn to shreds yet. I'm trying to just provoke them into an attack on our defences, but probably won't happen. Happy just to get engaged with our skirmishers here. It's absolutely fine. They will obviously take substantial casualty numbers, but it's one of the things. Doing a fairly decent job, actually. Yeah, Scotty's boy's almost in place. gonna pull the skirmishers back in. They've done a good job. So maybe it's working. Maybe they're coming in here. One brigade at a time. That's the way I like it. Marching into our artillery fire. Here they come. Oops, I've got on 20. Get these Mississippi skirmishers out again. The Mississippi rifle is an excellent weapon here for us. It's worked wonders in the course of this campaign. My favourite rifle in this game. Just make sure they're not sneaking around anyway. I think this is their whole force, so we should be okay. Going to walk into these howitzers, which is pretty unhealthy. Bring this field gun across as well, the field gun battery. 12-pound Napoleons, let's bring them up a little bit. Now, I'd like these guys to have counter battery fire going with our powered rifles, but it hardly ever seems to work. So I'm going to send the Pressburg Foot Hussars off to our right flank, the Union's left flank, supported by the Greenbow Raiders. Let's get them going. 2 brigades going to swing around onto their flank. That's how we like it. Get some skirmishers out here, see if we can disperse their skirmishers with some long-range rifle fire. These guys here have got the Plains rifle, and Scurry's boys have got the Mississippi rifle. Just speed things up a little bit. Oh, it looks like the counter battery fire is actually working. Unless they're taking fire from... Maybe they're taking fire from Scurry's detachment, I'm not sure. Either way, it works. Okay, let's get the Pressburgers into action here against this cavalry unit. Casualties. Need to get the Pressburg foot hussars some better weapons, that's for sure. My brigades made contact with the enemy from Brigade of Colonel McReynolds while following your orders. I am deploying my command ready for battle, awaiting orders. Excellent. You do that, mate. Here they come. They're coming forward. Let's get the Green Bow Raiders in action on this flank as well. Press them, boys. Skirmishers in. Skirmishers in, please. Ooh, I thought this cavalry would have just given up. They were almost ready to play control. So the Cazadores Español moving in action under Scurry. I'm just going to pause it a second because there was a guy complaining in one of the videos saying that the developers of this game are cowards because they won't show the Confederate flag. I'm assuming he meant the battle ensign. I said, well, actually, they will show. They do show it, and they will show it, and there it is, right there on screen. Not only is it here, but you can also have the Confederate national flag, or whatever you want to call it, their kind of country flag, because this obviously is the battle ensign that some of the regiments carried in the battle, which a lot of people think is the Confederate flag, which, you know, fair enough. But there it is, mate, right there. So you're complaining and whinging about that you weren't going to buy this game, as if, like, what does that mean to me anyway? Is bullshit, basically, because here it is, mate. There it is. So you can take your whinging and shove it. Anyway, I just thought I would interject with that. Things like that do annoy me a bit. People see kind of insult and wokeness where there really isn't any. And trust me, I hate this kind of woke stuff a fair amount. I mean, I'm sure some people feel stronger than me about it, but I mean, I'm against it. I like common sense, basically. So I don't know where he's getting it from that they won't have the Confederate flag. It's all over this game. Okay, Richard Taylor and the Baton Rouge boys moving in right there under their Confederate flags. First Brigade taking an absolute batter in there. Green Bow Raiders, suffered one casualty. They do have guns in their flank, which is something to be aware of. Pressburg foot hussars taking quite heavy casualties here, about 10% casualties. I had thought we'd make quicker work of these guys, but it wasn't to be. This is a decent little murderous session. Look at this, man. Look at all those casualties. They've walked straight into our gun batteries, which are well positioned and effective. They're away. Nice. Let's get our infantry moving forward in counter-attack. Let's go. Let's get Kershaw involved here. Get him moving up. See if we can ride down some of these guys. Pressburgers taking Heavy casualties. This brigade is like crazily, like it's made of iron. Took 400 casualties and hasn't shifted. Not even bothered. Grimble's men are in this now. Pressing hard. Dropping those federal troops. Go on, Pressburgers, hold on. I suspect if I'm going to try and pull them back, but I suspect they're going to break. Nice, they've managed to extricate themselves, looks. At least I hope so. Oh, damn it, they did break. I shouldn't have bothered. I don't even, I'll say it all the time, I don't even know why I bothered to withdraw with them. Nice. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Ooh, Kershaw's men taking some pretty heavy hitting here. Right end down again. That seemed to work quite well in the last battle. They're retreating. Okay, they've had enough. Our cavalry will try and ride these guys down. See if we can take some prisoners. Cause more casualties, whatever we've got going on. That'll do us. Them down nicely here. Go on, Stuart. Into them. Well, I'm not sure that achieved anything. But it was okay anyway. It went alright. 800 casualties for us. 2,800 for them. They lost their guns. Major victory. We've held on to St. Louis, but 800 casualties is a bit of a problem up here. We could really do with some more men up at St. Louis. Cleburne's first Army Command went quite well. Well, Corps Command, I should say. The Army of Indiana is fleeing in panic. We've captured now 2,000 rifles and 4 guns. Captured 822 men. Nice. So we give them a real kick in there, which is excellent. Nice job, I think. If we can also take Rolla, that makes us pretty successful up here. But however, we do have the Union armies are here in force. I will push the 1st Trans-Mississippi Corps up to take these guys on up here. Well, possibly. 21,000 there. And 13,000 to 16,000 up here. So they've got a sizable force. Van Dorn's got 25,000, which is not bad. If we can reinforce him with a little bit of a force, a little bit of an army, then that would be nice. So we had this weird little scrap in Virginia, fight at St. Louis in the winter. I mean, it's not too bad. We've unlocked our policy of conscription, which was excellent. We're working on the Tariff Act, 17 days left for that. Should hopefully bring in a bit of money and help stabilise the economy a little bit. So that's all pretty good. I'm just going to move time on a teensy little bit. We're on BBB, not even BBB plus, so money is really, really tight. So we will definitely have to do the Tariff Act and charge some tariffs on imports, which is not going to be popular in Europe, but you know, it's tough titty basically. Let's have ourselves a quick look at the weapons. .1800 Mississippi rifles. I was hoping we would have captured some Springfield rifles, but we didn't. Muskets is what we captured there in that battle. Mixed muskets and Springfield muskets, I think. I'm not seeing anything else that's gone up. I wonder if we captured any cavalry weapons there, since we all but wiped out that unit of cavalry. Well, nothing noticeable. Maybe a few Maynard carbines, but I'm not sure. Hard to tell. I wish I told you what you got. We did pick up a couple of 12-pound howitzers there, so that's nice. The Battle of Fort Griffin, the siege over here, still ongoing. But I'm going to leave the episode there for now. If you are new here, remember, hit that subscribe button. Follow the series along. If you've missed the previous episodes, check out the playlist. Start from the very beginning if you're new here, or go back and watch whichever episode you feel like, or wherever you're up to. But whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a great day today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, remember to leave a like. Leave a comment, let me know what you thought of it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.